Hello, Raw Food Rehab. Today is Wednesday. It's May the 19th already, and I have several things that I want to cover in today's video, so I'm going to just jump right in. If you watched my video yesterday, you know the topic was geared towards defining who our role models are and the importance of having really positive, integrity-filled role models that we can take information from and really assimilate it and make it part of who we are. It's such a empowering thing to learn from some of these greats. There's so many great leaders, and they don't even necessarily have to be a leader. They can be just people in our ordinary, everyday, walking around life who we can look at and we have great respect for different reasons on different days. I mean, it's just such a joy to have these people who have touched our life and continue to touch our lives. One of the people who has been a pivotal person in my life, specifically this year, I would say, is Brian Johnson. A lot of you know because I've spoken about him a number of times in my videos. Brian Johnson runs a very cool website called philosophersnotes.com. I'm not going to do a big pitch on it today. I'm not affiliated with that website in any way, shape, or form monetarily. I just think Brian is a super cool rad cat, and he is teaching the best of the 100 best philosophy books that have ever been written. And so he's already extracted those nuggets of wisdom out of the book, and he's put it into a little usable form, and then he turns around and gives it to us, people that subscribe to what he is doing. And so there have been a number of days that I wake up and I'm not really sure what to come and talk to you about. And today was one of those days where I just really didn't have a clear vision of exactly what I wanted to say. And so I went through my inbox like I do every morning. There was the email that I get daily from Brian, and I'm going to share just a little segment of it with you. In today's particular email, he's sharing a little bit about the book that was written called Money and the Law of Attraction. It's written by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and he quotes something from that book, and he says this: "People talk about the reality of their life as if it's important, and we want you to understand it's only a temporary indicator. Do you go to the gas station and your gas gauge is on empty and you look at your gas gauge in horror? How did this happen? Why did this happen to me? Do you lay your head on the steering wheel and just sob? Oh, look at what this has come to. I'm finished. I've lived all I can in this life, and look at where I am now." Or do you just get out of your car and go fill it up? That is classic. Brian goes on to say, so your life is either phenomenal right now or it might suck. In either case, it's nothing more than a temporary indicator of how connected you are at this point to the source of where you're getting your energy. Exactly like your gas gauge tells you whether you have a full tank or not, your life circumstances, especially your emotional well-being state, tells you how full your tank is and how well you're connected to your source, whether that be God, or you may have another word for that, but we all have a source from which we draw into our spirit, and it really has a huge bearing on where we are in our daily life. Now, you'd never get pissy with your gas gauge for letting you know you're running low on energy, right? So why in the world would you get upset with yourself when your emotional fuel gauge is letting you know you're a little bit off? That's not a good idea. Just fill her up. And then he goes on to give you a list of different things that you can do to help fill up your tank. The list is meditate, dance, exercise, eat well, laugh, play, create, journal, read, smile, love, breathe deeply, pet your dog, think positive thoughts, and it just goes on and on. But do whatever you have to do to fill it up. But please, oh pretty please, don't look at your gas gauge in horror. No need to sob. Just go fill her up. And so I read that, and you already know me well enough to know I love that. And it fit right in with this other little sideline that I've been working on. It's an analogy about your gas tank. And so all these people that talk about, I'm a food addict, I can't stop eating sugar, I can't stop eating carbs, I can't stop eating bagels, candy bars, I am stuck, I'm an addict. and I just keep plugging food in. You know, I just keep doing it, and I don't know what to do. I can't stop. Okay. Well, I liken that to a gas tank again. It's like when you take your car to the gas station and you do fill it up, you don't let that gas just keep overflowing. I mean, when you're done and the little thing snaps, you're done and you put the thing back on, there's no emotion tied to that. You just fill up your tank, you pay the person, and you move on about your business. If we could treat our bodies as well as we treat our cars, things would be a lot different. So really it begins up here. You know, the shift, and we've talked about it probably so much that some of y'all are getting sick of it, but the change really does occur in our mind. And so, you know, we are what we think. We become what we think. If we are meditating on the horror of our current circumstances, we are going to just get that much more deeper in the depression hole. And that's not what I want for you. So I'm just giving you these little tidbits as we go, and I'm encouraging you to stop focusing on your negative circumstances and start focusing on the real source of what's going to help you overcome. You know, and so today I put up a slideshow that says drink responsibly. This is my personal experience, okay? The very best way to get cravings and compulsive overeating under control is to stop eating and do a juice feast or to do a green smoothie feast. And you don't have to do it for 92 days, okay? Sometimes 1 to 3 days is enough just to stop the insanity, to push your reset button, and to help you gain control again over the feast beast who we've talked about before. Sometimes you have to silence that beast, and you have to take control, and you have to be strong. You have the power within you to take control, and that's what I want to encourage you today. I want you to drink responsibly, and by that I mean I want you to start getting more greens into your daily diet. The best way to do that is by drinking green smoothies or green juices. Whatever you have. If you have a blender, rock the green smoothies. If you have a juicer, start juicing some dark leafy greens, kale, spinach, cucumber, celery. Add an apple or two and some lemon to help cut the green factor if you really don't like the green. I'm telling you right now, it will make all the difference in the world. Love yourself enough to do that. One other thing before I log off today, Darlene Knight is a member of our website, and she wrote a blog yesterday, and the title is Why RFR. She has written this poem that I probably can't read it because I'll get teared up. I already know myself well enough, but I'm going to put a link to that underneath this video. It is awesome. Darlene, I love you. You are so great, and you bring so much to our community, and I thank you for that. And the poem is, I'm going to print it off and I'm going to frame it because I love it so much. So you guys go out, drink responsibly, try to emotionally detach yourself from your gas tank, and just do what you need to do to take care of yourself. I'm going to be back tomorrow, and baby, we are giving away 3 copies of Annie Pio's brand newly released Raw Food Essentials. I can't wait. Make sure your name's in the drawing. Go find that thread here in the mansion. I love you. I'll see you then. Bye.